Fuck yeah, motherfuckers. That right there was Tower with Run for My Life. And you know what? Let's call these motherfuckers up right the fuck now and see what the fuck is going on in their world, man. Hello?
I have reached Zach Penley's phone. Please leave your message after the beep, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much.
Oh, motherfucker, the fucking voicemail. All right, let's try this. But let's try this one more time.
Lucifer's Hellish Hotline. Dark Disciple speaking.
Dude, what the fuck is going on, man? You were live right now.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Show.
I mixed up my work phone and my personal phone. What's going on, dude?
What the fuck, dude? What kind of shit is that, man? Like, what kind of work do you do?
You know, the big man's work.
Fuck.
What's up, dude? Your name's Zach. I'm also Zach.
Yeah, man. I'm Zach Moonshine. You're Zach. What's your last name?
Today it's Zach Heart Attack. I had like fucking 20 coffees or something.
Holy fuck, man. So Zach, tell us, man, what the fuck is going on in the world of Tower, dude, besides making all these badass fucking tunes?
You know, just trying to keep it rolling through all this shit that's going on. We got a show in fucking Milwaukee at some metal arcade, but it might not happen next month. We'll see. And yeah, just like, you know, keep on moving.
Just kind of taking it day by day, huh? Because you don't never know.
Yeah, that's all you can do, dude.
Yeah, man. So tell us a little brief history about the band. Like, how did you guys get started, and how did you get to this point?
Well, shit. Someone's blowing off some fucking firecrackers. We all had kind of played in different bands adjacently or together, and it kind of fell into place. Sarabeth and I were in a project. James and Sarabeth were in a project before that, and we split off, Sarabeth and I, and then she brought in James, and then that's the nucleus. That's been the nucleus, the three of us, continuously through this time, through like the years.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. So
I think those guys want to jump on too. They're available if we can get them on the phone. Hold on. Let me call. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Hey, Zach.
I got somebody. Hello? I caught somebody.
Hello.
Who do we have on the air with us?
What's up? Sarabeth.
It's Sarabeth.
What's going on? You're live right now on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation Radio.
What's up, Zach and Zach?
Two Zachs.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my God.
Happy fucking New Year's, man.
Happy New Year.
Fucking left my beer somewhere over here. We'll find it.
So
what's going on, guys?
So
sorry about that, Zach. A little technical difficulties and shit.
Hey, it's all good, man. So Zach was telling us a little bit about the brief history of the band and like how you guys got started, and I was just about to ask about like the influences and stuff. Like what kind of fucking jams were you guys listening to when you were little kids that got you into this shit?
Oh man, when I was a little kid, I mean, I feel like Zach has a better story than I do, but
no, you have a great story. I mean, it's across the board, right? Like that's the thing.
Right.
Like, it's coming from like we just like good music and shit.
Right. If you're
not strictly metal, not like kind of this and that.
Right. Totally. I mean, I really started getting into like heavy metal about like 12 years ago. So, I mean, I listened to heavy metal, but not as religiously as I have been since then. But, even today, I'm not always listening to heavy metal. Like, I listen to other shit too. So, yeah. definitely a mix of influences, like, classic rock, dad rock, disco, pop. I mean, I feel like we all
doo-wop for sure, right? I mean, you used to even
doo-wop, yeah,
sing that kind
all
of stuff.
That. Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah. Well,
anything good.
Well, I'm an older guy, and I got to tell you, man, like when I listen to you guys' music, it brings me back to the 80s, like all the fucking shit that I grew up listening to, Twisted Sister and fucking Judas Priest and
hell yeah,
like all that stuff, like just fist pumping in the air, fucking head banging, and you guys are doing it like it sounds like it's straight out of the fucking 80s, to be honest with you, and I love that.
And there's not it. Thank you, and it's really not like on purpose. Like that's just kind of what comes out. Like honestly, we weren't like, let's do a retro sound or let's be like this way or that. Like no pigeonholing at all. And this is like naturally what we gravitate towards. And I guess like a lot of our influences are definitely and things that we do like come through. But yeah, in our own way too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally.
As far as so like, I mean, as far as musically, like what kind of influences brought you into doing this sound that you do right now? Like, I mean,
again, it's like really just a combination of all of our interests. Again, from like doo-wop to like fucking heavy metal to like punk, all of that is like what we pull from, really. Even pop, like a lot of our songs, a lot of our songs have like that pop sound to it. But again, it's like we never like go in trying to sound like something specific. It's just very natural for us to sound like that. And go ahead, Zach.
I feel like like when it becomes a Tower song, we know it's like it gets constructed and built, and like I think on this album it's the most varied that we've probably done, and we did a lot of different things and like slowed it down a bit and even speeded it up a little bit more, and there's some like there's even an instrumental song, for instance. I mean, there's a ton of different things, but like it's all within our wheelhouse. It's all like within like the Tower kind of structure. So it comes together. I mean, in a nice little package.
Hell yeah. Right. Hell yeah. Well, yeah, it definitely comes together in a nice package. I mean, everything about this, the production of it, the riffs, the drums, the bass, the vocals. I mean, the vocals, man, they're just fucking screaming fucking loud. I love it, man.
Right? Fuck yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like going back to the vocals, I didn't know that I could sing heavy metal until I like dated someone that was like really heavily like influenced by heavy metal and like in a bunch of metal bands. And after you date someone for a while, you kind of like adopt certain things. And then I've always been a singer, but I never realized that I could sing heavy metal, and it just like instantly connected. It was just like the place where I like felt the most comfortable and confident. So yeah, thank you.
That's fucking awesome, because you sound like you were born to do this, man. Like for real, like it's in your DNA. It's like, I mean, fuck.
Thank you.
Can't get much more metal than this, man. I love it, dude. I love it. Tell us about the name of the band, Tower. How did you guys come up with that? Was there a story behind it?
There's a few, actually.
Well, okay. Zach and I were in a band called Dog Food.
Dog Food.
Dog Food.
That's right.
I was like, this is not a heavy metal band. This is not. I'm not going to be in a heavy metal band called Dog Food. And so, the person that was like the main head of like the band was like, he was like, I guess we can change the name. So we kind of just tried a bunch of different names, and this guy is like a super tall dude, and he was like,
yeah, he's like, how about Tower? Because, like, you know, I'm tall and stuff. You're like, okay, cool. That's actually, and we will go with that. And kind of like pretty cool generically. You know, I always find like, this is going to go off on a tangent for 1 second, but I always find like, you know, in art or something, the best drawing that you can make is probably one line, right? If it's a beautiful thing and it doesn't need another line next to it or any other thing, then that's the most simple thing is like, damn, that's like fucking as good as you can get. So like, yeah, Tower's simple and like straight to the point. And once we had that, there was no reason to change it once it like fit the mold of what we want to do. So
right.
No other like, you know, descriptive words needed. Bloody Tower. Oh yeah, we had a manager once that wanted to change our name to Sarah London and the Towers. We're like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, what the fuck? No. It'd be hard to find Tower online. No, it's not. Not if it's good music.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a strange name, and like it grabs your attention, you know, because it makes you wonder, like, what the fuck, what does that mean? Like, what's the deal with that? Fucking, I remember one of my friends, Sarah from the band Smolder, your label mate, on.
Yeah.
She was talking about it on Facebook. She was talking about one of your previous release. And kept talking about it and kept saying Tower this, and I was like, what the fuck is this Tower thing? And then Scott from Clawhammer sent me the promo, and I was checking it out. I'm like, oh, fucking, this is fucking bad fucking ass, man. What the fuck? Hell
yeah. You know, like when we started, actually, there was more Towers, you know, and not all of them were like in heavy metal. I think one was, right, Sarabeth? Remember, like some guy. There was in a band from Tower from '83 or something. He's like, you need to cease and desist on that. It's like, get the fuck out of here. And then there's like some like pop band from LA called Tower, but you'll see, there's no other bands called Tower now.
Yeah, I mean the name Tower itself, it's really not that deep. It's just something that we came up with. It's like really nothing like, you know, too deep.
Yeah, it just fit, and there was no reason to change it. And like once we like kind of like built around that, it like really is fitting, and like we're into it. And the Tower's been rising for a while now, so it's good.
Well, it makes me it makes me think about the fucking skyscrapers there in fucking New York City, which is where you guys are, and so and a lot of that, I think the city definitely fucking bleeds into your sound for sure. So I don't know, like it does fit, you know. It's like I don't know if that was subconscious or what, but
yeah, no, I mean it's definitely brought up to us before, like, you know, you look up New York Tower, what are you gonna get? Mm-hmm. But yeah, it you know, it's definitely, it's been a road where there's definitely been like things like that, but yeah, I think, like, I mean, this new album, really, like, the city plays a big part of it, just because, like, we're all been, like, kind of, like, here and trapped, you know, inside and everything. And, yeah, New York is definitely a big part of it.
Yeah, we're totally a city band, you know, and you're right, like, you can hear it, you know?
You can, like...
It's like... Go ahead.
It's got like a live feel to the music. Like when I'm listening to it, I feel like I'm in a smoky fucking dive bar in some underground fucking place in the city, and everybody's just sweating and fucking banging their heads and shit. And then I was actually watching a live video of you guys on YouTube, and it was sort of like that. And I was laughing. I was it's exactly.
I was about to say, I've been at that show. I think, I don't know. A couple times.
Yeah, totally. It definitely has that feel, and again, it's like nothing that we're like trying to really make purposeful. It just happens, I guess.
It's just coming out. Well, that's really cool.
Yeah, in terms of the name, for sure. Yeah, it's just like, and now it's just kind of taken off on a life of its own. Like before, we're like breathing life into it in the beginning, whatever. Now it's just like it's its own entity.
So tell us about some of these songs, like the song lyrics and stuff. Like what are you guys talking about in these songs?
Oh man, well,
pretty varied. I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say like it depends what song, but Blood Moon. We wrote it actually before the pandemic with our old drummer Claire. And what I like to do is like whatever comes to me, I kind of just stick with. I don't really change lyrics that often. So like Blood Moon is like really simple actually. Like the lyrics are like very simple.
And I think that's where the power's at for that too.
Totally. And like, for instance, like Prince of Darkness, I've written like a lot of stuff that I've just had and collected over the years of like poems or just specific, lines or words or whatever. And then, when you're writing a song, you want it to sound, like it all fits. So in terms of like Prince of Darkness, it's like a lot of like my lyrics specifically, because I mean, going back to the whole album, there's a lot of lyrics that James had written that, this is the first album that he actually wrote lyrics for. So like Running Out of Time, In Dreams, and like a bunch of others, he actually wrote the lyrics for. So, and they're really good.
And it's really like what we're all feeling too. Like we immediately connected with what he was writing. I mean, the Running Out of Time is about essentially January 6th or whatever, in so many ways. And In Dreams, we all lost a really good friend. It's about that loss and like about, isolation and just a bunch of things. So.
Right. Yeah. Like a lot of our lyrics, I mean, the lyrics, at least that I write, have a lot to do with like pain, and I hate to be like cliche, but like pain.
Lay down the law has to do with pain in a different way.
Right. That's actually about this person that I dated once. Yeah, like a lot of them are like, they come from like real places and real scenarios. So yeah, I don't know. It's like a lot of reality and a lot of heartbreak, and that's like where I thrive, I think, lyrically. But in terms of James, like he was really writing some really like political like type of lyrics, which is super cool and original, I guess, like in the way that he wrote it. So
I mean, it's subversive in it too. It's not like one, jumping on one thing or the other. It's sort of, but yeah, it could be, it's sort of like all these things are happening. It's so overwhelming, and like, it's like, how do you even begin to peel back the onion or whatever, right? Like, and I think like it's sort of,
yeah, like this is the outlet. This is the outlet, so might as well use it, right?
It's fucking awesome. Hell yeah, man. I mean, I think that's where some of the best songs come from too, like when it's straight from the heart.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like this album, it's not a concept album, but it's like it kind of, any album that's like really like a heavy, like maybe like a COVID album. It's like you can't get away from like a lot of like the things that, were happening, just all this shit, and like it just kind of all came at the same time and kind of created this kind of like universe of things that were very, in a lot of ways, interconnected at the same time, like, I mean, for us, like interpersonally, and just kind of like, what all, there's so much going on. So.
Right.
Hell yeah. I got some questions for you coming in from the listeners in the chat room. Thunderous wants to know, where can she order your physical CD from? As she's looking somewhere and she says it's not available in North America.
So you can actually order it on our Bandcamp right now. Our Bandcamp is like I think it's towernyc.bandcamp.com. You can order it through there.
And you know what? And you could probably get it other places, like, you know, some of these like big crazy corporation people too. But order it from us.
Yeah, order it from us. Yeah, like I recently saw that like Walmart had it.
Yeah, like Barnes and Noble, Walmart,
Really?
Amazon and shit. All these places you could get it. But
yeah, but order it from us. It's towernyc.bandcamp.com. There is, if you scroll all the way down, it should be available. We do still have CDs here in the U.S. And our vinyl will be available, I think, by
like February, March, right? Yeah, February, something like that.
Yeah.
There's a huge backup at the plant, you know, like I think just like in general, like worldwide, you know. So our label's in Italy, and there was just some like, you know, difficulty in fast tracking that. But I think like even that, for us to be able to get it that soon after the album dropped, which was November 12th and 19th, U.S. and Europe, we're pretty fortunate. I think a lot of people are going to be waiting for a while. So, but yeah, it's coming. It's coming soon.
Right on, right on. Next question. Lady Red wants to know, how many instruments can you guys play?
Well, I'll talk for myself. I can sort of play the keyboard. I used to know how to play piano. Like back in the 90s, I was like, or like early 2000s, I was like playing Titanic on the piano.
Yeah.
So I can like kind of play the piano still. I can kind of play the guitar. I just posted like a
yeah. You played guitar at our last show, actually.
I did. I played guitar at our last show. And the only time I've ever played guitar on stage ever. And yeah, I just filled in some section in Black Rose, our song Black Rose. So it was just to fill it in, and it's like basic chords, you know. Like I'm not trying to shred, but yeah.
But you kind of do though.
Zach, what else do you play? I guess you just play guitar, right?
No, I mean I grew up like my grandmother was a piano teacher. My mother plays like jazz piano and stuff. I mean I'm not like any kind of like genius with that, but I know a little bit of that. I played saxophone,
right?
You know, bass and guitar. I mean, all of us get behind the drum set once in a while, right?
I honestly want to play drums. In 2022, I'm going to learn how to play drums. I like love the drums so much. So I'm really trying to learn. And our drummer, Jones, is like, I'll just teach you. So hopefully I'll learn how to play as well as he plays. But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean James is talented across the board. He can play tons of different stuff. I mean, we're pretty fortunate. Jack can, you know, he's a shredder on guitar. He plays bass, and Jeff, who like is in Shadowland on bass for this album, he's a fucking shredder guitarist as well. So I mean, like we all play different stuff.
Yeah, everyone's multi-talented. And Zach actually sings a lot of, like, the backups. So, shout out to Zach for singing.
For my vocal instrument.
Gang vocals.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Next question. Vicky wants to know, have you guys ever played in any haunted venues?
No, we played in some pretty fucked up places. Remember that place in Richmond? It was like when you kind of like, I mean, maybe you were just in a, like, maybe you were taken by a demon or something. I don't know, but yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. So
crazy, like, bombed out garage, yeah.
I mean, I don't think we actually played in any haunted spots. I mean, thinking back, possibly they were haunted, like the spot in what was it? Not El Paso. What was that spot in Texas? That like desolate spot with like the Prada store.
Oh, Marfa, yeah.
Marfa.
It was like
So
the horse that got whipped. The horse that got whipped saloon or some shit like that.
Yeah, that is honestly, you know, you could honestly say that was haunted. So,
yeah, it was a little crazy.
Also in New Orleans, like I don't think we played. I don't even know if we played in New Orleans, but we stayed there for some reason. And
oh yeah, on tour, and we're like, let's just hang out for a bit.
Right, and we like stayed in this haunted mansion. It really was a haunted mansion. And I actually lost my voice. I had laryngitis on tour, which sucked so much, and I think we had a day off, and so I just stayed in the hotel while everyone was partying, and it fucking sucked. But I stayed in this hotel, and I'm like, there's definitely ghosts here. Like 100%.
No, we did play in New Orleans the first time. The second time we didn't play.
Okay. I forget.
But yeah, both of them were like in like a crazy, expansive fucking like Louisiana mansion-y type of place. Remember? It was like Jesse the Raven had like the place that we stayed, and then
right,
we stayed in that other like crazy Marlon Brando type of place. Whatever.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, maybe not like a haunted venue, but we definitely have been in haunted places before, so.
Fuck yeah. Lady Red also wants to know, what do you guys prefer, bloodbaths or showers?
Oh, God. Zach?
I can't remember the last time I had a bloodbath, but
I actually, yesterday, you know what? I'll tell you about my bloodbath. I was using a foot grater. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like pretty much like a cheese grater, but for your feet. It's fucked up, I know. But I was using that, and I slipped and sliced off half of my fucking fingernail.
Oh, shit.
So I was like bleeding like fucking crazy, and finally it like stopped. But yeah, I guess you can call that a bloodbath. But what do I prefer? I prefer a shower. Who doesn't?
Right on. All right, well, I guess I'm about out of questions for you guys. Is there anything else you want to let the listeners know?
Well,
other than that, did you hear that? Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to just say, like, thank you for supporting us and being chill. And, I don't know, like, happy fucking New Year. I'm drinking a martini right now. I'm fading. So, like,
yeah, I'm smoking a Cuban and drinking a beer outside while people blast off crazy bombs and shit.
Fuck yeah, I'm
in the
drinking.
middle of the street. But yeah, we'll be back to playing. I mean, who knows when? Like before you got on, Sarabeth, I was telling him we have a show in Milwaukee, and if we can play it at some metal arcade next month, we'll be there. We have some exciting announcements for next year and some festivals and stuff like that, and probably some European information to come out soon. So just stay tuned.
yeah.
Fuck
Stay
yeah,
tuned.
man. Hell yeah. Well, we can't wait to see what you guys do next for sure, man. Before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
Sure.
All right, whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Tower, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
So in unison, what do you do? Like 1, 2, 3. You ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3. This is Tower. You're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
We fucked it up. We fucked it up. You
All right,
can't
give us
do
one more
this on
shot.
a martini time. On martini time, Zach, go ahead.
Teeny time is teeny time.
Go for it, Zach.
Okay, I'll count myself off. Tell me what this said. Sorry, this is like Cuban cigar smokes getting in my eyes.
Metal Devastation Radio.
Okay. This is Tower, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks so much, Zach.
Hey,
and Zach.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank
Have
you
a good
guys.
one.
Thank you guys
Happy
for taking
New Year,
the
dude.
time. Hell yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Okay,
Bye.
see ya.
Cheers.
Later. Cheers.
There you have it, folks. Tower live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your driveways. If you're living in the basement, duct tape your speakers to the fucking ceiling and crank it the fuck up loud as a fuck. If you don't see U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you ain't cranking it up fucking loud enough. Or you just have a whole bunch of metalheads living next to you. I don't know, man. But crank it the fuck up, man. Seriously. Do yourself a favor.